Black people, black people. That's what they want us to be. So here's both sides of the equation for black people. So on one side, you have everything they taught us, right? That we from Africa, we got on boats with no fight. There was no war. No African nations came and tried to slide for us and get us back over to Africa. No one came with some land, even a few acres, and say, "Hey man, I got a few acres in the Congo for these niggas in Watts, for these niggas in Compton." All right, so that's one side. You know, you got to believe that your history basically started around slavery, right? Because that's where they go, and everything else is back in Africa, right? Out of Africa, Darwinism, evolution, public school, bang, you're spinning on a ball. The other side of the equation is they just found you here, boss. You ain't black. You don't look black in the mirror, do you? You look like, copper colored naga. And it says the definition of an American in the 1828 dictionary is a copper colored tribe. The copper colored tribe is found here in 1828. So many copper colored nagas was here that's literally your definition of an American is the copper colored, niggas they found here. So on that side of being indigenous, you have land, right? But your land's been stolen. You have gold, but your gold's been stolen. You got a birthright, but your birthright's been stolen. You got people amalgamating, saying that America's the new melting pot as of the 1800s, 1900s, and you got to believe this history, and now you got to amalgamate, syncretize into their doctrines, their faiths, their gods that they brought here because they worship Jupiter, also known as Zeus, also known as Jesus. Yeah, they brought you Jesus, man. So that's the flip side. You got to be, kind of take some accountability for why did these people just come hijack us? Now, did I say white people? No, man. I said people, man. Because your own people did this to you, right? Our own brothers and sisters, so-called, our own cousins, tribes that look just like us came and conquered us on our own land. So it's not about white or black. It's just about tribal war. Now, these other tribes are getting in where they fit in. That don't excuse nobody, but Managa, this is about ancient biblical tribes. You know what I'm saying? These is ancient tribes, pre-Atlantis tribes. You know what I'm saying? So on one side, you only from Africa. On the other side, everything is Africa, boss. Everything is a Mexican, boss. And now we just all the same because we all just got the same birthright. Anybody trying to hijack your birthright is a hijack. Anybody telling you just take it on the chin and keep moving and forget about the murder, slaughter, because you can't do nothing about it now, it's a hijack because that's not how we think. We've always been able to rise up. We've always been able to do something about it. We've always been able to keep the code. But when we stop keeping the code, that's where we got to take accountability. That's when we say, damn, it really is all happening when we're out of connection to our source. Hey, Halal HaWah, man. Shabbat Shalom. I'm just enjoying a good Shabbat with you, man. Just signing up with y'all. Just feeling this, man, because we got two separate sides of the equation. They want us to go back to sleep, go back to Africa. But when you go back to Africa, who are the copper-colored tribes found here? And when you realize you're the copper-colored tribes found here, and you say, this is my land, then everybody else say, but this is my land too, boss. This is my land too. We the same, man. We the same. But we weren't the same when they were calling me black. You didn't say, yeah, I'm black too. We weren't the same when we getting hosed down in these streets, marching for civil rights. You didn't say, hey, man, I'm black too. But then when we say we the indigenous copper-colored kind, you say, yeah, me too, boss. Because you can't deny or ignore the presence of these kinds, these so-called black people that ain't black. And once we lose that title black, right? Once we lose colored, once we lose African American, we just pick up America. We say, what's the definition? Yeah, the people that look just like you. You know what copper look like. Don't try to fade away the definition of copper, man. You know grandma's penny? Oh, the old pennies, man. All right, that's grandma's penny, man. That red ruddy. So if they found so many red ruddy, brown, copper nagas over here, and you see these depictions on these ancient paintings, and you realize, oh, you reclassified me as black or African to get me off my land? Now I got some mystery land in Africa, and not one African nation stepping up and sliding for me to give me back what's been taken. And there was no African wars. No one fought back. So we got to believe that no one fought back. We got to believe that we come from this level of weakness, or is it a lie? Was there no stealing you from Africa? Was there tribal war and tribes that look like you was selling your ass out of Africa and Spain and Portugal, but mostly tribes that look like you was coming over here to invade you, to search you out, to vanquish you. And the Papal Bull was done by people that look just like you. And that's the hard part of the story. That's the accountability part, man. But we gotta say, man, this is a family war. But now that you wake up and realize there's more and more, is this forever? Are we in perpetual slavery? Has slavery ever lasted forever? So you want me to believe in something that's never existed? Forever slavery's never existed. But if I say we got freedom in the creator, you say, I don't see no creator, boss. That don't exist. Your freedom don't exist. Well, neither does perpetual slavery. Hey, Shabbat Shalom. Y'all pop off. And it's not just about resting. It's about, popping off right after Shabbat, man. All that energy you got from resting, make sure you put that in a good place, man. Make sure you put that in a happy place. Make sure you be creative. Make sure you create your freedom, man. Work on those projects that lead to your freedom. Work on those relationships that lead to your freedom. The Shabbat's about rest so that you can work on your family that leads to your freedom, man. You keep the code, MHOE, man. Most high over everything. Keep the code. Halal HaWah.